Now, just to start, because this did recently air.
Yes.
Now, for you, those of you who don't know, not to brag, but we've both been guest judges on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I did have to bring this up because I am a daughter of the House of Colby. Thank you very much.
Yes.
But what was the experience like? How was Mother?
Mother was everything you want her to be and more. You know, I always joke that now I'm working with my father so that I could work with Mother. Is that it's like what? So now,
True.
no, it was really one of the best days of my life. I joke that only the birth of my first child is going to beat that day for me because that show has just meant so much to me and the strength of drag queens and to be a part of that community and to support them like they've always supported me and the platform that they need right now in that community. So to be able to be an ally for that, absolutely.
Well, and it's kind of the same thing for me because people ask me, like, you know, with everything you have going on, like, what's the thing that kind of pushes you? And RuPaul at the end of every episode says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you're gonna love somebody else?
Yes.
And there are moments from just like, do I love me?
Yeah. Do I love me?
Because I definitely love this man, but do I love me?
And I was like, I think I could love him and me, or is that gaslighting myself? Like if I just, you know.
Don't worry, he will gaslight for you, sis.
Yes.
Do not worry, because if men do anything, they lie. So.
Yes. Yep.
So.
And I have had made my dad lie to me part of my career. So there we go.
So let's get into that.
So it's a joke, guy. We have fun.
She got a whole TV show about her daddy. Y'all need to relax.
No. Hey, so good.
Because I don't know a lot of people do not know this, because not only do you star in Lopez versus Lopez, you are the co-creator, writer, and executive producer. What's it like establishing your own voice in comedy with the hit network sitcom?
It's incredibly special to me. I think, you know, even having John just right here, being a Latina on a network television show, and to be able to represent telling stories that are personal to me, but also personal to my community, and to be able to have fun and really do what I've always wanted to do. I've studied at Second City doing improv and sketch, and to find my own voice and also do it with my dad, who I've always looked up to, and we're able to work together in this way and to make people laugh and see themselves through our relationship and to help heal people is all I wanted to do. I've always wanted to make my pain, put it into art, and make people view that way. So
amazing. So Lopez versus Lopez is the only Latino-centered sitcom on TV right now.
Yes.
How?
Yes.
Does that feel like a lot of pressure to have to represent the community?
Yes and no. I feel like I am so proud that our show has been being a success, but also at the same time, it's sad that we're the only one. But I hope that us being able to keep pushing and having the fans that we do push other shows to come before us. There are great and wonderful shows that have been canceled, like Gordita Chronicles and other shows that
One Day at a Time.
Yeah, One Day at a Time,
Yeah.
absolutely. With Love on Amazon, like there's so many, and Primo, and there's so many more, and we are so much of the population, and as John was saying, and we should be able to push and be able to tell our stories. So,
that's absolutely right.
So I hope to be able to do that. And also I like to think that our show is for everyone. We're just a family that happens to be Latino. And, you know, we try to put the fun in dysfunction, as I like to say.
Well, I mean, that's amazing, because, like, there is one episode, now, not to be controversial,
yes,
but, you know, language is a huge part of any culture's identity. And there is an episode where you reveal to everyone that you don't speak Spanish.
Yes.
How was that received by the community and people? Because I know that was probably, like, a huge problem.
It was, because that's an example of how I've taken something that I've experienced in my life and put it into the show. Because really, if you don't speak Spanish within the community, they're like, you're not Latina enough, or, you know, I've gotten that you don't represent us. And language is only a part of Yes. Is it? I have Duolingo Premium. Am I trying? Yes. And but it doesn't take away from my identity of being a proud Latina. And so to be able to have that episode out there and saying those things, I've gotten people saying thank you because I've been able to point to the screen and show my family this is what I'm feeling. And that episode in particular is something that's very specific within the community. And I'm very glad that we were able to do that. So I'm
excited
very
for
great.
you.
Yeah.
I can tell you, as someone who's not a Latina, but I do speak Spanish,
Oh.
Duolingo's trash, girl. Duolingo is trash.
Gosh.
You just gotta go to like outside. Literally go to a carniceria, meet a nice man, buy some meat. You'll learn all the Spanish you need. He will propose to you, but you will get some free meat. So that's all I'm saying.
See, I think I've gotten proposals, but I just don't know what they're saying. So
Don't worry, they always got a girlfriend and a wife somewhere. So like, don't say yes until he starts giving you like meat that's like $15 a pound. Then you're gonna really go like, you know what? He is a nice man. So
You're right. You're right.
now your father gives you the space to create and make the show on your own, right? But you know, you've been open about the pressure that comes with being a number 2. How do you manage the pressure on being like a personal level and then playing a version of yourself on TV?
Well, I call my character Mayan. I call her sitcom Mayan because if not, it just gets really confusing. Because there have been sometimes when we're filming and they're like, Mayan, you read that line very angry. And I'm like, oh, that was me saying it and not the character. But playing someone that is a version of myself, it's hard to not personalize it or bring it into work. I have to protect myself. But I think having to do that is also something that's so beautiful about what we do on the show is because it's authentic and it's personal. Like sometimes there are real conversations that my dad and I are having and that we've never had in real life, but yet we're having it in a live studio audience. And so really, you know, it's like art imitates life, but also life like also inspires like the art. Of everything.
I mean, that makes sense. So it's like,
it can get really confusing and the lines can get crossed. But through now that we're in our second season, we're able to have more fun. But I was definitely growing and learning through myself, and it was also very therapeutic, and also being able to put your art out there at the same time.
So it was therapeutic to be able to have conversations that you couldn't have in real life to have on the show. Yes. How do you keep that divided?
I have my therapist and my favorites on my phone.
Okay.
No, I think there's a lot of acceptance that has had to go through. My dad and I, our relationship has grown a lot, but you know, a sitcom doesn't solve everything, and we're able to just continue to go forward. You know, it's like we bicker, you know, where it's like a father and a daughter. Like, how would you be doing a sitcom with your parent? You know, it's like always, yeah, exactly, right? No, but we have such an incredible cast, and I feel like we're also making up for lost time. It's really wonderful, and to be able to tell the stories that we're able to tell, and we're just having fun. Like this season, the episodes that are airing, we have 10 incredible episodes. We're just even having Cheech and Chong. And to be able to have these Latino like legends onto the show also is amplifying the platform and being able to do what we do and having just an incredible supportive cast.
Well, that's amazing. I do have one final question for you. Clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, thank
you. Now, be honest. If you had your druthers and you were able to recast your daddy, who would it be? Is it like a John Leguizamo, a Pedro Pascal? Like, who would you, if, God forbid, you were given the choice to recast that man, who would you pick?
Oh, that is a good question.
I know, girl.
At first I thought in life or in TV. I was like, but I guess there's both, the same person. It's like, gosh, you know, I would have to say, you know, why not? Like, I'd say, I was thinking John, actually like John Leguizamo. But you know what? Pedro Pascal and I have the same birthday. So I'd be like, I know, it is not like a great fun fact. Thank you, famous birthdays. But it's like, but
that
so I'm just be like, Papa. Oh.
You could have a Poppy and me birthday cake.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for Mayan.
Thank you.
New